We're talking to Mike Clark, and Mike, if you last year when you took this job, if you had to try to write a script, this would have almost been perfect, wouldn't it? Get this win fairly early and kind of move on.
Yeah, John. Actually would have preferred to get a week one, but we played really well at Ithaca, and despite the fact that we didn't find a way to win that game, but it was nice to come home in front of a big crowd on family weekend and get a big win early in the year.
The crowd was big. Could we talk a little bit about the Susquehanna game? One of the when I was looking at the stats, one of the few games I've seen over the last couple of years where you might call a balanced offense, almost 50% rushing, 50% passing.
John, we try to be as balanced as we can. In the Ithaca game, we had some runs and passes packaged together, and we threw the ball on most of them because they were playing soft in coverage. In the Susquehanna game, we went in with the mindset that we were maybe going to call more runs with play action passes off of them later, and so we were able to, set the tone early with a big play, something that we thought we could get, and then had success in the running game, which opened up some other opportunities to throw the ball down the field and hit some big plays.
I know you're proud of Josh Kleinfelder and others on the team. In looking it over, though, you have to be really happy with the offensive line.
Sure, those guys, we have 4 seniors in that group, and then we're playing 2 underclassmen with them in Matt Lancidal at guard and Timmy Oken, who's a freshman, playing some at guard. Both the tight ends as well, Jimmy Stevenson and Adam Polhamus, did a great job. But the 4 seniors are really going to determine how well we perform on offense, the 4 senior offensive linemen.
Can you tell us, I know Colin Dwyer went out with an injury there, and it's nice to have another quarterback, as you were saying early on, that you didn't want to run 2, but you needed stability at that quarterback position. What's the story for Saturday? You know about Colin yet?
Yeah, Colin's day-to-day, and if we were to play today, he would not play, but we're cautiously optimistic. If not, Timmy's getting all the work with the first team right now, and Taylor Green will be the second kid this week if Colin can't go. And both of those guys had a nice practice yesterday, and hopefully that trend will continue this week.
What goes through your mind when your starting quarterback goes out like that? And it wasn't in the bag yet, but
right now, I mean, you don't want to see any of your number one guys get hurt. I mean, you don't want to see any of your players get hurt, but especially a guy who you think is your number one guy at that spot. So you have to regroup, and you have to kind of take a look at what you're doing and figure out if the things that you practiced all week and planned on doing in the game, if they fit, can the skills of the guy who's going to come in and play at that position, do those skills match up with what we want to continue to do?
Over the years, you can tell if you have a little adversity, it gives you a little idea of the character of a team. And I have to think you thought those guys stepped up a little bit, especially Tim Hook. Yeah, no,
Tim came in and did a great job. He's a guy who we thought all along could be a starter for us, and not surprised by the way that he played. He actually, we think, had a touchdown pass that should have been to Shelley that was called incomplete by the officials, but we'll continue to believe it should have been a touchdown. So not surprised by how Timmy played at all. He's a good quarterback.
Looking at Bridgewater, they're 1-2. I don't know anything about the people they've been playing. They didn't seem to have a running game in the last game, under 50 yards rushing. They're a passing offense. What do you know about those guys coming in here this weekend?
Well, I think you're right. I mean, they've certainly thrown the ball more than they've run it, and but our number one goal is always going to be to stop the run and make people one-dimensional. I think they'll try to run the ball some. They're not necessarily a big physical offense, but they do have the ability to run the football, but I think their strength is in the passing game. Defensively, they're not very big either, but they run around. I think their team speed's very good.
Okay, as far as Saturday, then we're not sure of the weather. Nothing favors either offense or defense in a way, does it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, John, look, if the weather's really bad, and I just checked it before we came up, I heard the other day there might be a chance of rain, and now it looks like they're saying it may get in here later on Thursday, and that would be great if it's gone. But we're going to try to be balanced. We'll bring in more footballs if we have to, and try to be as balanced on offense as we can.
One last question. How is the team as far as health?
I think we're good. Again, Colin's the one guy who's a little dinged up. Zach Hanner, who started at middle linebacker for us in week 1, is working his way back. And overall, I think we feel pretty good. We kept Mark Rose out, our backup tailback, for the majority of the game last week. And he had a great practice yesterday. So I'd like to think that we'll be as healthy, this week as we were last week.
Well, congratulations on week number 1, and good luck on Saturday. That's a 1 o'clock start, I believe.
It is 1 o'clock start, John. Yep. So that, much better than those 1:30 games. So I'd get in and get started.
Yep.
So
thanks, Mike.
You're welcome, John. Thanks.